Alright YouTube, this is going to be a Hero Gate tutorial. First, a basic play. One basic play you can do is the ocean loop. So, the opening play would be summon Stratos, you get the ocean, and you would set the safe zone, which is your setup. Their turn, Stratos dies, and you draw. You would summon ocean, end turn, and you safe zone ocean as soon as they attack him in battle phase. Your turn, ocean activates, and you turn Stratos to your hand, which you normal summon to either pop back row, because you have one other hero in the field, or search. Switch the ocean to defense, attack with Stratos. Their turn, Stratos dies. Your turn, get Stratos back. Summon, and you pop the other back row. If they don't have any more back row, you would just search your deck to thin it out. Get like one more plus. So every turn, it's pretty much a +2 no matter what. Attack, their turn. They attack Stratos, and then ocean would get Stratos back to your hand. You would just do it all over again. Another way you can do this is get Stratos back to your hand, and you summon, and then you set Super Poly. Their turn, you Super Poly Stratos and their monster, and for the sake of this, let's say we make a Shining out of an agent. My turn, Ocean gets Stratos back. So you summon Stratos, and you pop either 2 back row, or you search for a card. Then you just attack. And you pretty much repeat this for as many Super Polys as you have in your hand. Well, they Dark Hole, and then you get Stratos back anyway, and you just get another plus. Another way to do this is get Stratos back to your hand, and you summon, and then they chain Valor or Boundless. You chain Super Poly. You fuse your Stratos and their monster, and then Stratos activates in the graveyard. There's 2 other heroes on the field, so you pop 2 back row, and you just attack. Best thing about it is, because due to rulings, they can't Boundless or Torrential the Shining that comes out of this. So you just mash the attack. Another combo you can do with Safe Zone is say Shining dies, and you get back 2 heroes. This is probably the most consistent way to do this combo. You draw, and you summon Stratos, and you get any hero at all that you want. Shuffle, and then you activate Fusion Gate. You fuse 3 heroes together to make a Trinity. Trinity becomes 5,000, you can attack 3 times. You can't attack directly. So you just save on one monster, and you ram into him 3 times for 5,000 each. That usually means game. Another combo you can do is you summon Stratos, and then you search for any light hero. This here I called the Reviving Stratos Nuke Loop. Long name, so I never really say it. You activate Fusion Gate, and you fuse Stratos and Voltic together to make a Shining. A very nice floater. Usually the only way they can get over him first turn would be a Dark Hole or Smashing. So let's say they do that. And then you get Stratos and you Voltic. You would normal summon Stratos, and this time you get a water. Any water would work. I would usually get the first one that I search through my deck, just because I don't like thinking about it. Then you make a 0. Fusion Gate, 0, and you fusion again. Water and light to make a Shining. So now you nuke all their monsters, and now you have a 3,800 Shining to attack directly. End turn, and let's say they do it again, because, you know, Shining is easy to kill, right? You would get a hero, and you get a water, namely the water you just search for, because you have only 2 waters in the deck usually, and you can just thin your deck out of that other light. So Stratos would get that last light the other light monster that you have, and then you would make another 0, and then you make another Shining. So their other monsters are nuked again, and you attack with even beefier Shining than before. Attack you directly, and just keep repeating. Another combo will be Ice Edge. Ice Edge, ditch any hero and attack directly. You would bait out their back row, or just simply get a nice plus off of it. And then you would set a card called Mirror Gate. Their monster attacks your Ice Edge because they don't want to lose any more back row, and because they get greedy. You Mirror Gate, and you switch your small Ice Edge with their beefy monster. And then you take their monster permanently, pretty much. So, you end turn, and then you Miracle the Ice Edge and the hero you ditched the turn before to get a nice big Shining, along with the monster you just stole from them. So you make a Shining or a 0 in this case. If you're lucky, you get another Voltic, and you do the Voltic Swarm combo, which I'll explain to you right now. So let's say you have any three cards to search your deck out. you would Fusion Gate and Stratos for Voltic. This would usually be the first turn play, and this is probably like one of the best combos the deck has to offer. So make a first turn Shining, or just Shining attack if it's your turn, and then next turn you would get any means necessary to get the Voltic out. Your second Voltic. This is why you run 2 Voltics. 3 is inconsistent, 1 isn't as good, so you run exactly 2. You'd summon Voltic. Shining runs over any monster they have, or just to bait out that back row. Mirror Force or Deep Prison doesn't matter. Voltic attacks directly, and so special Voltic. That specials the Stratos, which you search, or you can pop 3 back row. For the sake of this, let's just search, because assuming they have no back row. Attack, and main phase 2. You fuse Stratos and the water you just got from his search to make a 0. And then, you would overlay 2 level 4s to make a Roach or Utopia. Usually Utopia won't really help, but Black Roses hurt a lot, so you make a Roach. So now you have pretty much every single out in one field. An alternate way to do this would be if you have any protection or an honest in hand. So either form of like getting Voltic to see on the field. You would fuse Stratos and Voltic to make another Shining. End turn, just make sure any means necessary that Voltic stays on the field. So protect him with your trap, or just protect him with the honest. For the sake of this, let's protect him with the trap. Both the Shinings you have attacks their monster, runs it over, or just do damage. Voltic attacks directly, special Voltic, special Stratos, pop back row, or just search for another monster. Let's just search for another monster, shall we? And then from here, you have pretty much every option in the world. You can make a 0, make another Roach, or just like keep Voltic on the field another turn so you can swarm next turn. Either way, it's a pretty bad situation, and I hope it's a good idea.